trust the life and trust your inner authority and trust the process, and everything will be fine. Or not.
It just seems like the planets are actually going to support change. Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, and this,
The winds of change are upon us. Be prepared. There is a kind of perfect intertwining of transits and planetary influences right now that are bringing in change on a collective level and on a personal level. And my friend Natalia Mogilnaya, who is an expert in the transits and also in the coming changes of 2027, contacted me and we recorded an amazing video about this several weeks ago. Even before the election, she was able to predict that she thought Trump would win because, well, I'll tell you in a minute in the video. Grab your tea and sit back to understand really these four things that are happening in the coming months that are going to really bring change for us.
this push to move forward, this drive for change is going to be really powerful. This is what I see from the transits, because they are powerful. The planets that are involved, their impact is unavoidable. They're slow-moving planets, and they kind of take all the collective, they rise up, they take all the collective processes and they make them move. Whatever happens in your personal life, you will be conditioned by all these collective processes. We do not live in vacuum. We live surrounded by all these people, and we are, regardless of our wish, we are influenced by the events, we are influenced by the circumstances. So when I talk about the slow moving planets like Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, for example, they create events. So there most probably will be the changes in the circumstances of our lives, and we will have to do something new. We will have to go to a new cycle. The circumstances will just make our life different when we will not be allowed, we will not be able to continue in the same way we do now. So this is on the level of the circumstances, of course, and the other level is how we perceive this energy internally. We will have this urge for movement into the new cycle.
Natalia explained that this time is going to be characterized by channel 3536, the channel of transitoriness.
There will be this channel 35, 36 I was mentioning in my video. This is a manifestor channel. There is a lot of action in it. There is this suppressed feelings, accumulated crisis that will get an outlet in actions, that will get outlet in progress, in change. So we'll have this. Can you imagine the whole world for, I guess, 5 months? Yeah, starting from December, January, February, March, and April will be conditioned to be an emotional manifester. Can you imagine that? Like a projector, like a splenic projector, will feel themselves emotional and full of energy to manifest something in action and in words. Getting this additional motor, the emotional motor which will inspire them to go, to start something new, to go to new experiences, to feel the experiences. So we will feel this anyway. So the important thing here is, when it comes to our personal life, is to recognize this conditioning, to be aware that it is there, it's in the air, and remember about our individual strategy and inner authority, because you can be like blown up with all these circumstances and with all these feelings inside. No decisions should be taken on this state when you're emotionally charged, because the whole world will be it will be emotional.
That's amazing. Yeah, and you were saying to me in another conversation that this channel is the channel that Donald Trump has.
Yes, that's true. This provides me with a hint that he will be one of the powerful drivers of this change that are coming. So he will act as an agent of the program. Time is the doctor here, and awareness, emotional awareness is the only doctor. And this is a collective channel, so this means we are drawn into these collective processes anywhere. This is a desire to share feelings, desire how I feel about this and that. As it is a manifestor channel, there is a lot of anger there.
The second feature is that on December 3rd, Jupiter enters gate 35, and all of a sudden, gate 36, the gate of crisis, now all of a sudden has an emotional outlet.
Apart from this channel transit, there is another aspect here worth mentioning, as I would say. We have had 36 gate in the transit brought by Neptune for a few years by now. There was no outcome for this crisis. There was no outcome for these emotions during these years. So we kind of feel this crisis in the world. We can see it. Each of us has some crises, some kind of crisis in our personal lives, but there was no release of this tension, so to say. And with Pluto in the gate of limitations, we were feeling like imprisoned in release of our feelings and moving forward. So we're just stuck in this crisis. And then suddenly, on the 3rd of December, if I'm not mistaken, Jupiter comes to gate 35 and we get this release immediately. So it's like in a pipe. And all the emotions, all the accumulated crisis, everything will have this release, so to say. So I can imagine how powerful it can be. And
Wow.
yeah, and of course I'm afraid there will be a lot of emotional chaos.
And so when you shared that the winds of change are here, can you describe like the core things that are making you see this?
It's a number of transits that all come together and making this push into the new and into the unknown.
The third feature is that on January 31st, Pluto enters gate 41, which will bring us into an initiation of a whole new chapter where we absolutely need to let go of the past.
Another important event in the sky on the 31st of January, Pluto will enter gate 41. This will provide us with a new start because gate 41 is all about the start of a new cycle. With Pluto in gate 60, we have had this feeling that we can come back. We still can come back. Yes, there is crisis in the world. Yes, there are some changes. Yes, there is a lot of chaos and it's increasing, but we just need to do something and we will come back. So
Yeah, like make America great again.
exactly, we will come back to our safe and nice and beautiful past. So back to the past. But as soon as Pluto will enter gate 41, it will become clear that there is no turning back. This will be the turning point. We will just cross this threshold and we will have to meet the new cycle. There will be a new push. It will be absolutely clear that we will not come back and the world will not be the same in a few months. This is what I can guarantee you 100%. I know that I act like a prophet here, but yeah, I can see the transits and I have some experience in observing the transits and I have experience in seeing how they may play out. And I can see that Pluto's impact is unavoidable. We all will be in this new world, no matter what we want, no matter how hard we try to come back, we will have to make this step. And this is why I said that it is very important just to leave the past behind, just to make this step, just to say goodbye to everything which is not viable anymore. Whatever it is, whether it is your, I don't know, ways of life or behavioral patterns, or maybe some relationships that outlived themselves and you cannot continue in the same way anymore. So there will be this great, great push.
The amazing thing about that is just for me personally, I just had this experience of doing these 50 interviews where people were sharing with me like their real inner thoughts and feelings about their lives. And I feel this new world that you're describing, this new reality is already living inside of people,
Mhm.
and they're already knowing it and they're already feeling it and they're already aware. Maybe they don't know exactly what they're being called to, but they can tell that this thing that they're living in isn't working for them, and that they want to move into something new, and yet they are afraid, they're limited, they're held back by their limitations and their fears. And so I feel like this transition that you're describing collectively is just something that I've been hearing from person after person after person after person. And it really does take that courage to trust life and listen to yourself, listen to your inner truth, and go
Absolutely.
for it. I actually created an incredible masterclass called Freedom from Fear, which is really beneficial for this time of change and helping you to release the past and step into what is wanting to happen for you in your life from a place of expansion. So if you've been feeling like there's a change upon you, then I definitely recommend you check out that free masterclass. And the link is in the description box. And you've done that. Like in the past years, you've made a transition in putting yourself out there and like creating this whole online presence that you have.
Yeah, that's true. And I can feel, I don't know, on some deep, deep level inside that, yes, there is something in my life that has already gone. And there's a kind of like a part of my nature that has just changed. And I should leave it and I should let it go mentally. Can I say so? Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So the key is not to hold to the past in your mind. Just let the life in, just breathe in and move with this frequency and you trust the life and trust your inner authority and trust the process, and everything will be fine. Or not.
It's gonna go better if you go with the flow.
Yeah.
Finally, Neptune goes into gate 25, the gate of the spirit of the self, which will condition us to discover our true nature and really bare our soul.
Yeah. There is another aspect I didn't mention in my last video because it's too much. But since we're talking about this, uh, Neptune will leave this gate 36 very soon, but another planet will enter the same gate. So crisis will be with us, and this channel 35, 36 will be with us. But what I am trying to say is that Neptune will move forward and it will enter gate 25. And this is a gate of spirit. This is a gate of, this is the point when we will have to face our true nature. And it's going to be a long transit, a few years. And again, nobody will avoid meeting with your true spirit, with your true self. And there might be a lot of fear about this because we are not taught to um, be who we are. We have been always taught and conditioned to pretend being somebody, playing a role. So when Pluto will be moving slowly through this gate of spirit, all the masks will fall And this will be a huge process. I cannot even imagine how this will play out, but it's gonna be a very deep process. And deal with your feelings, with your deep feelings, work with them, accept them, let them go, leave them through, and so on and so forth, so that you are prepared to look at your pure, like pure naked self. And I truly believe that the program, all these transits, the program, how it works, it's, I don't know, kind to us because it prepares us step by step. Another theme that Pluto and Gate 41 is bringing, it's not only the new start, it's not only the new cycle, but it is also a decrease. A decrease. So after this whole period of limitations, where we, so to say, came to zero growth, now we are moving to minus, we are moving to deficit. And this is an important thing to be aware of because this pressure in gate 41, this is also a gate of pressure. It belongs to the root center. So this pressure is to make the maximum out of very little, out of very little. And one is able to make the maximum out of very little when you really know what is there for you. If you're a generator, for example, what you respond to. So we will not have this privilege anymore to disperse our energy to this and that and that and that. For example, in relationships, we will have no resources to to maintain relationships with people whom we do not resonate with. We will not have resources to work and do some work if you don't respond, if you have no energy, if you don't like it, if it is not about you. So this is very important. That's why we had this long period of limitations in gate 60, where the key to transcendence was accepting your limitations. This is who I am. This is what my uniqueness is about. This is what I am here to do. This is what I'm here to live out, to, yeah, period. And yeah, and it was very important to get to know yourself. It was a very good period. And we have a couple of months more of this transit. So if the job is not done yet or it's not over yet, we have some time to complete this inner transformation, to be ready to step up into the new and make the maximum out of very little. Yeah, it was important to say that it's not worth taking any life decisions being emotionally charged, and time is everything, and you should wait, one should wait. And um, when something new comes, you should leave the past in the past and let it go and say goodbye and open the window and open all the doors, your inside doors, and welcome the new that is coming, because there is no choice anyway, and see what this new will bring. And I truly believe that every person matters.
So
Because we are
beautiful.
all the conditioning agents, The stream of neutrino goes through our body every second of our life, and it acquires the qualities of our spirit and moves it forward to other people. So we are all interconnected, and everyone is important in this process.
Wow, that is so beautiful, Natalia. Wow.
It is the beauty of the universe.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. And I will suggest that people that want to go into depth on this can check out your other video that you made. I'll put it in the description box. that describes all the transits in more depth. And thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing your wisdom here.
And thank you for having this conversation with me, and thank you for having me.
Every year, Natalia does a beautiful special class where she explains the transits of the coming year and how we are going to be conditioned for the year. So she's doing one for 2025. It's going to be amazing. And the link is in the description box below for you to register and learn about how 2025 is going to condition you in your chart and how to be prepared for that. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Natalia. And I will see you again soon here on my channel. Bye.